Turn this up. Hey, what's up? If you coming in the chat, happy V-Day Eve. We'll see if we can get into something. I'm working on something here. Maybe we could have a good conversation. I watch scary movies. Yo, what's up? Happy V-Day Eve. I hope you're not a sucker for love, but please take the poll. We'll see where we end up. We can talk about a lot. We out here, Mick the Pick. What's up? See the camera upgrade. I watch scary movies. I like that name. I don't know how you got that. Yeah, just chatting, man. Just chatting. Yeah, say what's up, Make the Pick. Make the Pick's one of my moderators, the day ones. Hey, we just talk. It's V-Day Eve. We ain't gotta be on here that long, cause why you with me? But we gotta talk about it. I just want the poll. I want to know what's going on. How many of us are sucker for love? Is it you? Is it somebody you know? Maybe we could just have a little fun tonight. It is day 11. Ironically, look at this. Look at this. We got, isn't it Friday the 13th? We gonna be on this stream together at 11:11, and it's V-Day Eve. Come on, man. This is it. This is it. This is your chance to subscribe to your boy. We gonna get started. I'm gonna try to watch this chat, but today's my first day setting up a nicer camera. I'm off the webcam game for now. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm not fully set up yet, but I'm set up enough. So, you got a joke? Tell a joke. Tell a joke while we wait. Tell a joke. It's nothing wrong with a little joke. I try to do some more preparation today. I'm waiting for this joke. I watch scary movies. Don't leave me hanging. You a sucker for love. Let me know. Let me know. Looks like we got some people jumping in the chat or on the stream. I'm happy to see everybody. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, as you know. It's also Friday the 13th, and we about to pass 11:11. So I don't have no confetti. You know what? I could go get some confetti. If you subscribe, and I see a few people that, I don't care about the like right now. If you subscribe because you want to see your boy again, I'll go get some confetti and we just throw the confetti up for 11:11. We do our own countdown. I don't really care about New Year's at this point. We counting down to 11:11. It's the day of love for many. Let's do it. I saw ice slip on ice. All right, well you keep trolling, all right? You keep trolling. We will make it. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th. Let's see what we got. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You see that make the pick. I get the joke, man. I seen ice slip on ice. Yo, you can't be making jokes about ice these days, man. It gets too tender in this world. What you getting I watch scary movies. What's the gifts looking like? What's the Valentine's lineup? What you doing? Are you a sucker for love? I want the sucker for loves to come to the forefront, cuz there's a thing about being a sucker for love is that deep down inside, you know what you're doing is wrong. Many of us have been there. You know deep down inside that this ain't going nowhere. But you just need to be in love. And this day is for you. It's all set up for you. It's glamorously set up for you. Now for me, when they have nothing to do with that merchandise, like all the chocolate, I'm gonna collect all that chocolate at 70% off. But it is what it is. All right, it's 11:08, so I did promise some confetti. I'm gonna try to hold on. And you know I'm gonna have to clean up this area afterwards, but since I promised, I'm not gonna miss the countdown. And I wish we had a real countdown on the screen. We don't. We gonna have to fake it. My goal here, let me just introduce myself. I'm Darnell just talking. This is my 11th day straight streaming. I do have some videos in the bank. I've been posting for a couple years now. Bunch of different topics. I like getting on here and talking and bringing some positive energy, hopefully some diversity, something different for people. I really like when a chat is going. I watch scary movies, it's really killing it in the chat. I don't really understand that language. Hold on. I got a teddy bear and a lot of chocolates. Oh, I smell a sucker for love. Oh, I smell it. Hold on. It's 11:09. You better stay here when I get, I'm telling you, we throwing confetti. If you want to make it to the shore, if you here and you dump something in the chat, we going to throw this confetti and we going to do this. 11:09. We got 2 minutes. We throwing confetti. I'm posting a short of the nobody else is doing this, right? I don't want to just be unique because I'm unique. I'm unique because I'm unique. I said it 5 times. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I made it back. It's 11:10 where I'm at on my clock. I'm telling, I got the confetti ready. Actually, my son's supposed to be asleep. He came down because he loved it so much. He got to see us throw this confetti. I'll read the chat, but I really got like 30 seconds until this goes down. I'm the only person doing this right now, so you get the privilege. All four of you, which is all good because I love having you here. But confetti is going down. All right, you ready when we see that clock strike? You look at your clock. I'm gonna look at my clock. We're gonna throw confetti. It's confetti time. It's confetti time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, oh, oh! I'm gonna be cleaning up this desk all night. All right, no more confetti. Oh man. Okay, a little bit more. Just a little bit more. All right, cool. All right. I didn't plan that. So, excuse me, as a wipe off my desk, I did not plan that. That was not a thing. So let me just read this chat so I didn't miss anything. We out here. Okay. All right. The stream didn't cut off. All right. My adrenaline is like raging right now because I just did some goofy on the stream. Oh, somebody getting messy. Yeah, like, do what you got to do. Make the pick. Yeah, so I mean it's 11:11. Make a wish. We still within the minute. It's about to strike right now. Make your wish. It's Friday the 13th, Valentine's Day Eve, and it's 11:11. So all you sucker for loves out there, do what you got to do to make people happy. My son now, go to sleep. Thank you. Close that door. I love you. Yeah, man. So I don't really know who's in here except for Mick the Pick, and I watch scary movies. And man, it's 1 hour later than me. Okay, I hear you. You got any more jokes? Do you? I mean, I don't really have a joking stream. I don't know if you still here. I watch scary movies. I just have, I just have me, man. Oh man, you just gonna throw jokes in the chat. I don't know how many chats you go into, cause it seems you know what this term I always say. I've been kicked out of better homes than this. It seems like you want to tell jokes until it's time to go. That's not my style, man. That's not my style. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a just start. I'm not gonna read every message. I'm not gonna do jokes. I'll tell you that. I don't know what's gonna happen. My moderator team, they my people, so I can't really. If they feel like this is disruptive, it is what it is. But I did like having you. I go on lots of chat. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. All right, so Valentine's Day Eve countdown. You right, Mick the pick. That was awesome. We're only 2 minutes past 11:11, so depending on what you believe in, please get your wishes in. Me personally, I got what I need, man. I've been in the game locked down with my situation for 15 years, and I just see it from a whole different perspective at this point. So when I see people in young love, I don't even I vaguely remember what the courting and all of that was like. So let me just look at this chat. I got a little different setup tonight, so it's a little hard for me because I'm used to sitting this way, but now I'm oh man, I still got some of that confetti. Yeah, so I look, I just again I jumped in here. How long I've been on? I've only been on for 13 minutes. That's it is what it is. It feel like it's been 20, at least 25. But I did. Let me see if I could check out this poll real quick. So okay, so 50% so far. I don't even know. I think it says 2 votes. I guess that's one person said I sure am. One person said not me. That's pretty funny. Um, Essentially, man, it's all good. Be a sucker for love until you're not. Even when you think you're not, you probably still are. If people gonna love you, they gonna love you. That's what it is. You can't force that on nobody. Anybody got any favorite like movies or songs? I was trying to get into that vibe. I had put up like a little screen. I think you saw it before. But I want to know if you had like a favorite love song or just something. I got this one little hot take that I want to do. How's your night going so far? Uh, Tell me how your night is in the chat. But my night's going good. Me and the family, we played a little card game. We played some spades, and yeah, I mean, it was rough because it was a lot of different energy when you play with the kids and they still learning or whatever. But yeah, we played some spades, and then I actually took like 15 minutes to sit down and like prepare for the stream or whatever. So I left that up too long. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, I was preparing for the stream because I'm just trying to get better every day. Every day I come on here. That's really the goal. I got some things that I feel like I want to do, right? But every day you really, you can't pack everything into one situation. So the challenge for me is like do what you can, get excited. That 24-hour period is going to keep coming. And if I notice that 1% or 2% thing that I could do, I do it. So like I'm actually going to be posting I want to say a short. I think it's going to be a short. I wanted to do take some clips from my first 10 days, put something together like, to kind of show the growth and so you could see how I've gone from day to day to day. Right now I'm on a DSLR camera. I've had this camera for 12 years and I'm putting it to use. So I'm working what I got. I don't have to I already have like scattered equipment from doing things. So as far as making subtle improvements, that's gonna like really put me over the hump. I hope that that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so I'm like cooking these things up, and really I just hope that there's enough people that wanna ride along with me. I'm not really into holidays and all of that, but I do know people out there are like celebrating, and so I figured, everybody's gonna have a Valentine's Day video. We might as well come in here and do a Valentine's Day Eve video. So that's kind of what the topic is. But my night's going good. Oh, she's mine, part two. Oh, okay. Oh, you on the R&B tip? Cool. Cool. So you do you know I watch scary movies. Do you know Jagged Edge? I got a little funny hot take about Jagged Edge. Yeah, man. It is nice having family around, but I could tell you as a father and a husband, some of these holidays, man, they get stressful because that's when all the you work your butt off 24/7 anyway, and then there's expectations around what the framing of this holiday may mean, like Valentine's Day, and everybody's throwing out love even if they don't mean it, right? So you could be the person, you could be the grumpy person, which I am half the time. You could be Scrooge on Christmas. Um, but in Valentine's Day, man, that is a 24-hour period that you either love or dread. There's no like middle ground, right? You like No, sir, you don't know him. So you hold on. Oh, you must be young, but yeah, you must be young. You know J. Cole, but you don't know Jagged Edge. You probably know the music if I was allowed to play the music. Yeah, you know what? I like that comment. Mick the Pick, man, we gotta give props to I watch scary movies. I didn't think he was gonna go this way and be this vibrant with, what I'm saying. He actually has some good stuff, good feedback, which is really what I'm looking for to help these streams improve. But this one comment. So, oh, you Mick the Pick, you don't know them either? Yeah, man, we got to jump on another platform to be able to play some of these music because that's when I really go to another level is being able to, you know, the life experience mixed with the music. It's just a whole nother world, and I think it's very limited. And you'll hear me from like always being frustrated with copyrights and how these platforms treat copyrights, and it's weird, and we're at a weird space in the world. And I hope one day we kind of figure this out. But I did want to comment on the thing you said, life is hard. I want you to go check out I never really well I do drop names, but if it's personal to you, to your comment and to you, so life is hard is what you said. If you check out John Dai, he's a guy in Thailand. He did a TED talk called Life is Easy. He has a book, I believe, with the same title, Life is Easy. I follow him because he comes from the perspective of simplification and from an agriculture and permaculture, which it's cold outside now, but if you hang around with my channel, you'll see me get into all different types of stuff outside. I have chickens, I have garden. I'm probably planning on a lot more. I do homesteading, but people get very sensitive about that word. So either way, I work the land. And John Dye, he also does that, but his whole concept is that life is easy because he brings up systems that we're not using to simplify like our life. And when not that I just take everything everyone says, but he says some pretty good gems about like how to operate. One thing that I learned from him that I could express to you is he was talking about gardening and gardening for the things that you actually eat. So he ended up planting up enough for a plot for every day so that every day he picks from one and then he watches the seventh day grow back. So he just eats this and then the next and then the next and then the next. And it's like these systems, they could be easy. We're not doing the work to mirror what's going on in our environment. Um, yeah, YouTube rules are, I mean, look, it's their platform. So yeah, I don't like it either, but I think for me um it's a broader scope than that, right? It's not so much for me, just to give you my opinion. It's not about YouTube having rules and stuff and being bad. It's that we can't when it comes to copyrights overall, there's too much of a strain on certain industries when it comes to copyrights. Like and I'm not gonna get deep into it, but I've been really trying to think about and analyze. Um, Music is art. A basic form of, like, let's say primitive art is painting. So how did we get from being able to paint something and sell it, which is like almost like a unique album, a unique record that's made, like when Wu Tang made the album and sold it for like $1 million to Martin Scorsese, who's probably still in prison for the other thing. But that's besides the point. They made one album, one copy of it. To me, that's exactly like making a painting, right? So that's like art. So all of this comes back to a art. Now, the music industry, as we know it, is based on a a policy of like on demand. So what's the difference between the art of music and capturing that art so that we all have it? So really what they're guarding is the ability for you to play something, and they always make some change off of you playing it, which is kind of unfair. So I don't want to go too deep into it, but it's like we're treating one art one way and another art the other way, and it's really because they just have a stronghold on it, and the laws are in place to protect them. This They kind of like are favored in that way, and it's not that I don't want the artists to make money, but clearly there's an entity that's managing the distribution as to why we look at painting different from music. But that's that. I got that, a little bit of that. I hope you understand. Yeah, man, we gotta simplify life. You know what? I watch scary movies. I'm a person that really loves like feedback. This is the first time you're jumping in my chat. Since you're so active, if you could tell me that, is there anything that you think that I could do to improve the stream, whether it's like energy wise, because Make the Pick has definitely like helped me and suggest different things. Um, I think I'm doing an okay job, and really, just I guess if I ask you that, I got to kind of tell you what my goal is. My goal is to have like an interactive stream where, you know, a lot of the things that I think about and go through, I'm just sharing with viewers. Doesn't have to be a large, audience or anything, but it's really hard to, and I don't like talking about the algorithm, but if you don't have a critical mass, then you're really not able to talk and get feedback. So I can't grow, you can't grow, right? So my one of my goals is to grow. All the other things that I have to do, like improve the stream and the look and make sure the audio's right and all of that. I mean, if I were famous, it wouldn't even matter. People would just come, right? So there's like a weird space there where you have to, if you're, not to say you're nobody, but if you don't have the clout, you got to do all this other stuff. Either way, I just want to have a conversation. Darnell just talking. That's kind of what the channel is all about. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you play if you play something, I think more than a few seconds, and you also, even when you play it, you have to provide enough commentary and to their discretion for it to be fair use. So yeah, you definitely would get a copyright strike. I've gotten weird. This the weirdest one that I got. Even being a really small streamer, which is really weird. I was taking royalty-free music that was over 100 years old, meaning it's outside of the barriers of copyrights, and someone else must have re-recorded the sound, and YouTube put a copyright notice on a video that I posted, but I'm playing it from the original source from like 1908, and it's giving me a copyright strike. And the thing is, I know that I could fight it, but that's not like, I'm more weirded out than anything. I'm not going to fight that yet. Like I don't know. I'm not getting a legal team I'm not, trying to be monetized for that kind of thing. And it is someone else's song, so like, hey, I'll just, yeah, I guess make my own song if I need to put something on. But it's just, it gets really weird. Let me just read the chat. Man, you're doing good right now. Everything's good. You're actually more better than other people I've seen on here. They just read the chat and like ignore the little things. Man, I appreciate that, man. I think that's I clap it up for myself. I'm really hard on myself. But at the end of the day, I am a watcher. I watch a boatload of YouTube content. I would say ever since YouTube was a thing. Most of the content that I've watched over the years, it was more of an educational thing as I was growing and developing in my life. Things that I was interested in or wanted to learn, where you don't really need school for, you just want to explore topics. YouTube was very useful then, and then when we reach this like modern social media era, everything is algorithmic talk, right? So I kind of struggled to find things to watch, and one of my I wouldn't say one of my favorite creators, but I've seen him grow. I've been following and watching the whole time, and he brings a level of diversity that I appreciate. His name is Dewan B. Dewan B talked about he's more of a music historian, and and I mean not a music historian like from a study, but from an experience. He plays instruments. He knows his history. He's done the research. So he talks about there not being a lane for what he wanted to talk about. So that became his lane. And he explains how he went from having 2 to 3 people on a stream for 2 years, and then like a couple things happen in the world, and that cross happens, and then the algorithm wakes up, and the good old metric, which is engagement, to the algorithm is purely about one metric. There's only one metric that matters, and that's engagement. Engagement feeds into the pushing of ads. Companies come to place ads. If there's no engagement, there's no ads, there's no companies behind it, no one gets paid. We're back at square one. And this is now just a platform that that it costs too much to host our videos, and then we're all going to be paying to subscribe. That's just how it's going to work. Let me just see. I see Will Kilmore. You like to watch. What do I like? Are you saying what do I like to watch? Make the pick knows the band, so that's cool. Um, I would answer what I want to know if that's what you mean, Will Kilmore. Thanks for joining the stream. It's the first time you chatted in here. I ain't that big, so I pretty much can remember everybody. But yeah, hopefully I am keeping up with the chat and just make sure I didn't miss anything. I watch a lot of body cam videos. Makes me creative since I've always wanted to be in law. I would say, is that law enforcement, the LEO? I watch body cam footage too. I watch a lot of I mean, again, you'll hear me say it if you hang around. Um, I appreciate the body cam footage. I appreciate the interactions with law enforcement from both sides so that you could understand, your rights better. I don't think there's been a time where people could understand their rights more so than now because of all of the videos that we have. So that's a good thing. But the bad thing is I've never searched for a body cam video. I've never searched for um a video of a traffic stop, right? Never, never, never. So the way that I'm our data is being packaged, and then that's now a part of my algorithmic profile, I think is unfair, and I wish I could just press delete because I've seen enough. I mean, do you have a reasonable articulable suspicion? Like, I know enough of the language. I have way more patience than poise with the situation. I learned my lesson. I'm tired of seeing the video. So, but cool if that's what you like. Yeah, law enforcement officer. Yeah, what's funny is like, I mean, if you go to work, your job probably has all these acronyms or the field that you work in. It's funny keeping up with these. And I think I'm having the funnest time on Rocket League right now. I play a little bit of Rocket League. I stream that as well. So if you like that, I'm getting better in Rocket League, but I'm getting better with being able to be on a stream and engage with Rocket League. I play with my kids, so it's really like a learning and teaching experience as a father, and just doing something to bond with my children to kind of still hang out with the games. But what I was gonna say is from a language barrier with like a lot of acronyms, we're so like we're we don't know each other, right? Like personally, but we use so many acronyms that you have to be so fast with like language. And in Rocket League, I'm looking in the chat all day and I'm like, I'm asking people at this point, I don't know what you mean, bro. You guys have got this down to a T. It's not my generation. That's fine. I'm here as a guest, but I just want to know what you're saying, you know? You changed your mind about being a law enforcement officer. I've thought about joining the army when I got older. Okay, how old are you? I don't want to out you. You could put some addition in the chat if you want. I mean, I guess it's a cool field depending on where you live to be a law enforcement officer. It's a good field over time. I personally have always looked at it as a backup plan, like law enforcement, corrections officer. And the reason why I looked at it as a backup plan is where I come from. I mean, a lot of kids were pushed into going into college as if that was gonna, bring you some elaborate joy. But when you go that route, there's just a lot of diversity on the fields that you're gonna be able to get into. And law enforcement is like that's not really like being pushed. I mean, a lot of people who were into they had to do political science, but the standards of law enforcement have been dropping for so long as far as, what you need to get in there. I don't even know if you need 60 credits anymore, like a 2-year degree. So it's like if I've already gotten my bachelor's, I probably don't want to go that route, right? And then just, dealing with if you're anywhere near like inner cities, that dynamic is so it's so black and white, not to say from a racist standpoint, but black and white from a contrast, right? Once you cross over the line of being law enforcement, it's really like you become a part of this club, this gang where you're gonna piss people off just by having your paperwork in. And that's, it's sad, but that's where we are as a society. Like lower than 30, I'm graduating high school. Well, congratulations for you, man. I can't wait to get like click clacks and celebrations on here. And I don't know, I gotta ask my wife if I could share, but high school was a thing for me, man. It didn't work out. That's all I say. He was thinking about Harvard. Come on, man, you trolling. Don't troll. I mean, to each his own, man. If I were in your position, I guess if I could get into Harvard, I don't know a person who would say no. Um, you know, Getting into Harvard sounds cool. It all depends on what you want to do. Like if you had, so let me ask you this. I watch scary movies. Let me ask you this. If you had, and then we're gonna have to get back to some love questions, but if you had a dream, is being a law enforcement officer your dream, or is that something that there's a security in that makes you want to do it? Like, are you connected to somebody who was able to maybe pimp that field out? Because I know some of those. Or is it actually a dream? Because, I wouldn't stop anybody from their dream. Oh, Harvard and Murray State, man, more power to you, man. More power to you. That's cool. Harvard or Murray State, man, that's cool. Hey, college is a it's an interesting thing. If you could get into the schools that are pipelines and get you to places, I definitely wouldn't be against that. But from the perspective of the everything else in the world, people, not all colleges are pipelines. A lot of them are just 13th grade or just holding places for maybe one major in that school, and everyone else that goes there kind of just goes there, right? Oh, cool. You know what? Look, I don't know if you subscribed already. I watch scary movies, but that comment really speaks to me. I love that story. Your uncle was in the military. I been working on a, when I say working on, because I believe when you conceptualize something, it actually like happens, because the way I work is I continue to iterate and iterate over things. I have an interesting history, being a black guy. My family's from America, and then wherever that came from prior to that. But because of the wars that have been fought here, and my family being here, I have like on both sides of my family, a large amount of people who were drafted or in the military, and I wanted to kind of collect, because I got really deep into like genealogy and learning about like the data that is free to us that we all need to go and see. So it's cool that you mentioned like your uncle. A lot of my cousins and brothers and sisters, that's as far as they go with their information, is like the people that they know and understand. But I think there's two things I'll say. I mentioned the thing about the music. So there's copyright rules that allow for things to no longer be under a copyright within a generation. So I think a person, it's either like the person's lifetime or 72 years for certain forms of art, and then like for others, it's like music, it's like 100 years. And we're living in one of the best times because the original recordings are from the early 1900s. So you think about, YouTube is pissed. YouTube is pissed because I can go and find original recordings, especially nowadays where audio quality is not totally a thing. So I can find records with clicks and pops with cool sounds, and I can make beats out of them, mix them all types of ways, and that music legally will never you will you can't copyright it anymore. So that's one aspect. The other thing I was gonna say is doing genealogy. I learned about the census and when census get released and all that data that's there for us to look at and observe our families. So I we just passed, I think it's 75 years. Yeah, I think it's 75 years. Don't quote me on this right now. If you hang out, I'll get it right. It's either 72 or 75 years. So the census is every 10 years. Um, so back then, if you wanted to know where your family was, you can go and you could go to Ancestry. There's a couple other sites, and you can go research. So I'm able to see and track my family because they're not from like New York State where I live now, and I could track them. And I was also able to get all of my family's like draft cards. So like in one household, I had family members, 9 men that all served in like the military. So there's like a real deep connection. History is good. You you got some cool straightforward life is hard. History is good. I like that. You would have served well in like the Mr. T era. I pity the fool. But yeah, man, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Is there anything else about love we need to get into? This poll's not looking too bad. It's pretty split. I really wish the person that said I used to be, I wish they're still hanging out with us, because I would love to see some chatter. I don't think I missed the chat. So I would love to see some chatter about I used to be and how you go from a sucker. Yeah, you laughing at that? How you go from a sucker for love to not being a sucker for love? Like, is it experience? Did you expire? Like, did your bread expire? Did you run out of money? Was the expectation too high? And you finally looked in the mirror and was like, "Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. We ain't doing this." So that's one way to look at it. But I love hearing from the people. So one day I tell you, if I keep this up, the poll last night was how many days am I gonna be able to, go? So right now we're on day 11. The poll had 20, 50, 100. So I ain't gonna say my goal is 100, but I work off of these patterns and being able to show. I think it'd be pretty badass for me to get to 100, and for anyone who's following along, for them to kind of see that growth process, because that's what this is all about. And it ain't just me growing; it's like everybody growing. Your girl says she spent her own money on the gifts. How long have you and your girl been together? I watch scary movies. I see a little warning. I don't know if I'm dropping frames or anything, but I'm still here. If you're still here, this is when it gets weird. I don't know if it's because I've been streaming too long and I hit this cutoff, but I did fix like 1 month. Look, I hope she ain't listening. That's not your girl, man. Don't even give her that. That's not your girl. 1 month, man. Man, we got some learning. I'll tell you what. I remember old teammate of mine, played. Oh, you still here? Cool. Yeah, I see stuff on this side. Sometimes the stream gives me like a little warning saying things acting funny or they're not receiving enough data, and then it kind of subsides. Um, but it just makes me nervous because you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm new to this. Okay, it says excellent now, so that's cool. Look, here's the problem, and maybe somebody would tell you this on here, but I'm telling you, maybe this is the first you heard it. January ain't the time to be looking for no mates, man. January, I'll say it again. January ain't the time to be looking for no mates, man. 'Cause February is right behind it. So you done shot yourself in the foot either way. I remember, man. I hope you voted, 'cause you gonna be at the top. The I sure am. You couldn't hold out, right? Nah, it's all good, man. But I remember what I was saying, bro. You as a so your friends told you that. I'm glad you got friends, but you should have talked to them in December or January when you was doing what you was doing. Look, the rules are. I mean, you got to stay warm for the winter, right? So, but you got to prepare better. And man, these days get hard. Look, you could meet somebody. Don't get me wrong. You could meet somebody and it works out. Look, the coolest thing about love is that, getting back to the love, is that we all define it how we define it, right? I've gotten together with friend groups, and you do the game nights and all of that, and everybody's if you are using someone else's definition of love for you and your spouse, you and your significant other, whoever that is right now, you're failing. At that point, you are failing because you are using someone else's definition of love. That's like being a person who is not listening to your own self, and you're allowing other people to determine what you do. That's a failure. Oh, hey man, that don't matter, man. We in a remote era. I see that she's leaving in May, but that don't matter, man. We in a remote era. If you catch a good one, you keep them. Yeah. You said that's brutal? Yeah. Well, that's life, man. That's life. What I was gonna say before I got into that, I remember having a teammate who was, I believe I was married first, and I believe he had just got married. We were there was a guy who was hanging out with us, and he was talking about proposing, and both of us was just like, nah, you don't want to do that. You forgot to get her number for the fifth time. You don't need a number. What you got? IG. You got every way to access these people, man. Listen, when I was when I was a teenager, we was running around here without phones, without we didn't even have you couldn't have a beeper unless you was cool or you was selling some stuff. Um, we was on walkie-talkies, man. We was only able to talk to people, the walkie-talkie that be lying to you saying they work in a 25-mile radius. We had like a 3 mile radius. We was on walkie-talkies out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of girl that is, Mick the Pick. He ain't got no numbers. Look, I feel for you young guys. I would love to hear more. I don't want to be the unk, but in this situation, I feel like the life experience does pay some dividends because the game is the same underneath the hood. Oh, you on some constraints? You on some constraints, man? Hey, man. Well, I hope it works out for you. Either way. Hey, I always talk about it. She could be a Scranton 10. You know what a Scranton 10 is? I watch scary movies. You know what a Scranton 10 is? Hey, man. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Um, there's two songs that I wanted to bring up, and my friend is Hayden Chop. He said, "Game is game." Ha. Yeah, game is game. This is what Valentine's Day is all about. Hey, hey, Pete, look, everybody's at different phases, bro. Like I said, love within your situation is love within your situation. But people use the same word and don't mean the same. They don't. There's not a possibility to use the same thing. Hey, we got a new person in the chat. Scooter Computer. I like that. I like how that flows. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We know where this is going. Come on, just say it. Just say it. Come on, Scooter Computer. I don't have I'ma just be honest with you. We done threw confetti for the night. We done celebrated 11/11. It's Friday the 13th. It's Valentine's Day Eve, and at the same time, you coming in here at this time and you got something very important to say. I don't have high hopes for that. I'll tell you that. I'm high hoped out. But I will read it. I will read it. Oh shit. Scooter said, gang, we waiting, man. We waiting. Scooter Computer. You got some flows. I like how that name vibes. But yeah, man, it's been a long Scooter nervous now. We got Scooter a little nervous. Don't be like me, Scooter. Don't be a sucker. Hey, we all been there, man. We all been. Look, I mean, this is a long time going, but if I had to share, and I say we really all been there, bro. We all done had the weird birthdays, the weird breakups. It's all. This is just life, man. This is just life. I hope Scooter, you know what I'm saying? I hope Scooter tells us. I could only speculate at this point where Scooter was going with that. I thought Scooter was going to troll the hell out of us, but hey, hey, listen. I watch scary movies. I don't know how, if you're a big dude or not. Like, I'm 6'3", man. I wish we could go back to the days because we didn't have as many trolls. Because there's a lot of put hands on people. I just put it like that. Yeah, man. Thanks, Mick the Pick. Thanks for hanging out with me. That's my guy. Yeah, I don't know if he left. I mean, there is somebody lurking in the chat. The lurkers, man. Look, I'll do this. You guys, let's see what time it is, cause I know we all preparing for Valentine's Day. I don't gotta hang out here too much longer. I think this was a badass stream. I really enjoyed it. You guys helped me to carry the chat, and that's one of the best things. Oh, 6'5". Hey, I dunked on a guy 7 foot, so don't. It is what it is. I throw them everywhere. I throw them bows. Pause. So yeah, I was just oh. You don't know if we could see it. What are you talking about? I mean, if you put something in the chat where the level of moderation is that high, and I don't know who you got on your radar, but put it in the chat, man. Clean it up. Throw an acronym on it. Switch the words around. Yeah, I know Scooter Computer got some got some Valentine's Day problems. You just sent it. Yeah, I don't know what you sent, man. You sent that love. I see the hearts. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, man. I'll just put a love for you. I'm gonna just clap it up for you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Not so make sure you courtesy flush. Always give love and courtesy, my man. All is welcome. All is welcome. He gonna have a troll off now. Love it. Listen, like I said, I think this was a successful stream. I do for whoever's still vibing with us. Whoever's still vibing with us, I just have some questions. I'm trying to improve this stream daily. Um, I definitely want to do a multi-camera setup when I'm doing interactivity. The game streaming's been going okay. The audience I'm still working on. So I just really want to know if I could put energy into something that's going to make the stream just a little bit better. Is it stingers? Is it I want to do some stuff with lists and some top 5 stuff, but I want the graphics to show cuz it seems to drive people like in, you know. 6 people in the stream. I know. Actually from my end, I see 9. So these 9 people, I don't know if I have confetti. I do have a little bit of confetti left. So for you, it's not the top of the hour yet, but just to give a little recap, it's Valentine's Day Eve. It's Friday the 13th at 11:11. Some people made a wish, some people didn't. I made a wish, and I threw like confetti, and we was, you know what I'm saying, we was throwing a little party in here, and that's that. I got a lot to clean up afterwards. That was unplanned. I just happened to have what I call confetti, which is some random stuff that I could explain if you care to know, but if not, just think of it as confetti. And I just thought on the fly was a cool idea. But we were talking about love. The poll is out there if you still want to vote. Are you a sucker for love? I wish I could get some stories. I ain't gonna say I don't care if you have a Valentine or not. I just want everybody to be at peace either way, because you shouldn't push that on people, and you shouldn't find love for the wrong reasons. But if you're a sucker for love, you don't know that yet. So hopefully you have a friend, like my man. I watch scary movies. He made the mistake. He chose January to find somebody he was interested in. That's a bad move at his age. One person in the stream right now. I see three on my end, but you know what? I try not to stress that because, for one, you two are still chatting, so it can't be one. But I don't. All that doesn't matter. We're gonna get to a place if you hang out, it's really about the energy. I do plan on bringing people up at some point. I have a Discord, but at this point, realistically, if somebody was really interested, you ping me and we'll figure out how to get that organized. But right now, I'm just doing a stream. I'm just going with the flow as far as the days and trying to learn to make the stream a lot better. And I'm really trying to figure that out. Uh, the YouTube part of it when it comes to the algorithm and how to get people. The only thing I'll say is I understand because when I'm on the other side and I'm just swiping within the live videos, it's a dopamine hit. And how much can you hear somebody talk before the next dopamine hit? And you really got to question and ask yourself, what do you actually stop on? What do you say, no, I have to watch this? And that's not that many things. You got your thirst traps, you got all this stuff going on. I mean, unless there's like an event in the world that you're really interested in, it's hard to get people to sit here and stay glued to it. So I appreciate you for hanging out, and I hope my show could get tighter, pause, and really be bottled up in a short period of time. So if I could keep the energy that you expect, we'll just do what we gotta do. However many people's in the chat, it's their loss. Yeah, that's right. We gonna get there, man. Yeah, I thought like my first couple days it was kind of bothersome. In fact, today I I don't see any zeros. I have been in here with zeros, and I feel like I'm going off, having my best moments, my best time to veer off and have the conversation. The thing that I was trying to get across finally came across. But yeah, no, I've seen zeros, and it kind of messed with my psyche. So today has gone great. I don't care if it said 352. Man, all that don't matter. At the end of the day, you bring the energy, you get a little bit better. Nothing's perfect. We'll figure it out. I think what I'm really working on, like I said, is I haven't spent a dime like extra on anything that I'm doing. I'm working with what I have. Um, Things will get a whole lot better. Like trust me, if you were here 3 days ago, none of this even looked the way that it does today. And that's just with like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, just to improve it and to give back, give back to the stream. And yeah, we will get, I'm pretty sure we'll get there. But yeah, let's work on this closeout. Like I said, I'm looking for maybe the one thing that, like, as a suggestion, if you think, to me it comes down to, um A would be when the stream is about to start, I definitely need a video, like a little loop, so that I don't start the stream and be on like the dull moment where I don't know what's happening, and maybe I could collect a few people in there so that when I start, enough people hear me at that one time, and I get up for that moment. Or I could work on, more of the segment based stuff, so that I can do a segment and just try to like introduce some of the topics that I'm working through. Like even tonight, like I wanted to work on like, what's your favorite love song, but and I'm happy I prepared, right? But at the end of the day, it's not the likeliness of the love being the people who swiping right now at this time. I'm on the East Coast. It's midnight. People, if you in love at this time right now, you ain't swiping on there. You ain't, if that's what you feeling. So it's weird, but at the same time, we doing it. Seeking man, have a good life. Might be back another stream of yours. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I had a good time with you. I watch scary movies. That's pretty funny name. But yeah, have a good time, man. I hope the girlfriend likes the gifts and much respect. And keep in touch with her even past May. Word, I like that. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't be a sucker. Yeah. Yeah, it matters. It matters, Mick the pick. I really, man. All right, we got 6 minutes. We gonna get out of here in 6 minutes. Um, I don't want to shorten that. I'll just go off and tell my tangent. Hopefully, or go off on a tangent. Tell me, you don't have to tell me anything. I had this one take that I thought was pretty funny. I'm not trying to be a comedian or anything, but if I do it on a stream, maybe somebody will see it. Maybe I'll cut it up as a short, whatever. So, Jagged Edge is this ultra famous R&B group from, you know, I guess the early 2000s. They were most at their most popular, and they have this famous song "Let's Get Married," right? So "Let's Get Married" is a cool song, whatever. It's a slow song, it's R&B, and they have because a lot of these songs you stay because you got bored with nothing else. Man, look, let me get through this story. The boredom is a weird thing, man. We go pick up a book or something. Like, we gotta fix the boredom. Boredom is not helping us. But yeah, so Jagged Edge is this group from the 90s. I would say they were competing, or they're kind of a crossover with another group called 112, another group called Drew Hill. Maybe you know Cisco with the thong song. I'm sure if you've been in a club or whatever, you've heard a thong song. You know, it's funny now, but back then it was a real thing. And that thong to thong thong thong. And those groups were kind of fed into a previous era of R&B. So you have Jagged Edge. They're down with I believe So So Def, which is Jermaine Dupri's label. Jermaine Dupri was famously married to Janet Jackson at a time, but he also, he's brought on so many different acts in his career, namely the Brat, if you know her. She's a really good rapper, still has a voice within the industry, but she's a radio host, I think, with Ricky Smiley. Um, and so other artists, Bow Wow, Lil Bow Wow, or Bow Wow. So Jermaine Dupri, pretty famous. Also, Chris Cross, Jump Jump, that's Jermaine Dupri as well. So Jermaine Dupri comes out with this group, Jagged Edge. They have this song "Let's Get Married" remix. Now I remember being like young and listening to it. The song was so fun, and when I was a sucker for love, these is one of those songs where you would look at somebody and it would turn you into a deeper, like stage two sucker for love, right? I don't know what all that means, man. I don't know. Am I stuck? Is the stream going crazy? I got 4 minutes. You, I don't know. I'll just keep talking. I mean, I think I know, but I'm not sure what that means. If you of being married, so now express now to the time where I am, how old I am right now. And I heard this song the other day, and my take is Jagged Edge also has a song called Goodbye, which Some of the lyrics are like, "This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do." It's about breaking up with somebody. When you compare "Let's Get Married" to "Goodbye," the mood of "Goodbye" to me sounds like what marriage is like versus "Let's Get Married," which sounds like what divorce and just partying is like. Okay, we back. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. And nothing over here blew up. But yeah, man, so that to me, look, I challenge you. Maybe one day if I get on Twitch, I could at least give you a demo of that. But "Let's Get Married" remix sounds like divorce, and "Goodbye" feels like what marriage actually is. That was my take. So you on one bar. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Look, we got one more minute. If you haven't voted, vote. I got 6 votes, which I mean, you can't say there wasn't 6 people here because there's 6 votes in the chat. That's enough interaction for me. I need no more. Um, it looks like if you got 9 friends, 3 of you are a sucker for love. 3 of you used to be sucker for love, and 3 of you say never that, not me. It's not happening. Which one of you? Yeah, vote before the night is over. Yeah, yeah. 333. That's it. It's a 33%, man. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Guys, another clap it up. I got a little bit of confetti left. We reached 100 views according to what I'm seeing. It's not my highest views, but I think it's probably one of the most engaged streams. What just to show you this is real, this is not an effect. Don't worry, it will be easy to sweep up, but definitely reached the goal tonight. I didn't feel uncomfortable on the stream. So much thanks to Mick the Pick. Um, I watched scary movies. I noticed the spelling was a little different. I hope I'm saying that right or how you want to say it, but yeah, man, I really think that this was an awesome stream. If every night is like this, we're really going somewhere. Um, if you want to get into something or talk about something or you got a topic that you want me to cover, throw it in the chat. Like I said, I'm really just here to provide some good energy and some diversity within this platform. As you scroll, you know what you're gonna see, right? I'm wearing my shirt. My shirt's gonna stay on. I may have fun, but I'm not here to humiliate myself. So you're not gonna see that. You're not gonna get a toilet bowl or any of that. So we just having fun, and people like that join the chat, really appreciate it. We're gonna work on that boredom. I watch scary movies. That's your trigger to come on the stream, and we could talk about things. We could get a little bit deeper. To be honest with you, most days I get a whole lot deeper, but this was really dedicated to like that love and happy Valentine's Day Eve. So I did take a little bit of time. Man, I talked too much. I looked at the time and I said we were done and I went 2 minutes over, man. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, look, if anybody is in the chat, has not voted or has not commented, wanting to shout out, want to shout somebody else out, I am more than willing to give that shout out. If you have a loved one, if you preparing for tomorrow, just to tell her that you found a streamer who was willing to spread that love and show some love. Thank you. I appreciate that. So you see what my name is, right? So there's some umph behind Darnell just talking. I'm trying to turn a negative into a positive, but sometimes when you talk enough, maybe not a lot, people stop listening at a time and they think what you're saying may not have value. So I kind of really am understanding that space between talking and understanding my audience at the same time. So, but I appreciate that. Stay on for like hours at least. Yeah, I mean, be careful. I watch scary movies. Be careful. I was talking about it yesterday on a stream, and the stream had got cut off, which sucked. And make the pick, just so that you know, we passed the hour, so that hour timer for OBS, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. We're all good now. And according to the chat rate on my side, we just went up to like 11 people, and they just swiped away super fast. But that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna figure out how to keep them at some point. Um, But yeah, I was hoping if anyone else wanted to throw something in the chat, if someone else is still, I don't think anyone else is here right now, so we'll just give them like 30 seconds. But that's the type of stuff that I want to work on, guys. Like if the stream is ending and I know we've reached that like energy point where there's no reason to hold on to it. I'm okay with ending the stream, but I would like to have, instead of just sitting here talking and trying to like struggle through like leaving, I would like to have some graphics, something on the screen that it kind of speaks for me, speaks for what I'm saying, because there were like people lurking in the chat, and that may be their time to get the interaction that hasn't, they haven't been, either they've been lurking for a long time or they just popped in. And I do have another 15 minutes to tell people like, man, who I am, what this stream is about. Clearly the people who are on here, they were on here for a reason, to find somebody. Well, you found them. You found me. And not that I'm gonna stand up above all the other things. I mean, if you need to go, you need to go. But if you want to look for somebody with some positive energy, a little bit different than, not to say that, I'll just say from my opinion, there's a weird balance as far as what you see that's positive versus not, and what the algorithm wants to push to you. So my what I'm putting my name in the hat for is, one day I'm gonna be able to get the algorithm to align with a positive message that I'm trying to push, around positive people, and to push that agenda forward. So that's really my place to be here. That's why I'm here. Listen, you're not the only one that's gonna go. I'm not tired either. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go too, because I think, out of respect, I mean, Mick the Pick really did his thing tonight. He's a moderator of mine. I actually know him personally. I really appreciate him. He's helped me through this journey well before I even press record. He definitely gave me a lot of guidance on this, and he needs to start a channel, but that's another story. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to hold on to this. We did a great job. You got some confetti thrown. We talked about what we needed to talk about. We could just wrap it up and keep it there. Man, there you go. All right, well, I really wish I see four people that's in the, not in the chat but on the stream from my end. If anyone else wants to say a lasting comment, you got 10. See, Mick, this is where I throw my 10. I count it down and I get the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. I see you guys. Peace. Thank you so much. You did make my night. We're gonna do this again. Peace. Don't be a sucker. I love it. Peace.